Yep. You already know what it is, and as I always say, ain't nothing new under the sun, right? So I talk a lot about word etymology and the actual meaning of words, and then how words actually carry frequency because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transmutated, right? So, with that being said, I want to show you just a little something about how the names that are chosen or given actually shape who and what you are. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now you know I love word etymology. I love history. I love mythology. But one thing I've learned from all of that is there's no such thing as coincidences, right? So as we all know, right, what is a river? A river flows into seas and oceans because gravity pulls water from higher elevations to lower elevations along the path of least resistance. Remember that. Along the path of least resistance is what rivers do. They actually facilitate the flow of the current into the sea. Again, river. A river is a natural flowing stream, fresh water or occasionally salt brackish water that moves in a defined channel towards an ocean, lake, or another river. See where else this takes us. Well, when you look up the meaning of the name Rivera, which is Spanish for river, Rivera is a Spanish and Italian topographic surname meaning river bank or shore. Remember that, river bank. And why does it mean river bank? Because the river controls or guides the flow of the current into the sea. You know, they say that it's very important that you pay attention to what you name your children because your name will dictate who and what you are. So let's see. 1199, New York labor chief sent $1.1 million to sham charities in New Mexico. What was that labor chief's name? Dennis River, who was controlling the flow of the current to the sea. Or the bank's flow of currency, in large amounts of it, I might add. Yes, the Post learned that the money slithered through two nonprofits controlled by Rivera, former president of SEIU Local 1199. Woo! The money trail begins in DC in 2004 when $20 million. That's a lot of flow of current to the sea. Guiding the bank flow of currency, Mr. Rivers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another one for you. The Camp of the Saints, a novel by Jean Raspail. The Camp of the Saints is a controversial 1973 French novel by Jean Raspail that depicts a mass migration of impoverished people from the Third World to Europe, leading to the collapse of Western civilization. The title refers to a passage in the book of Revelations, and the book is known for its bleak apocalyptic vision of immigration overwhelming the West, sparking debate about its themes of overpopulation, cultural decline, and immigration policy. The Camp of the Saints. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you look up the meaning of Campo Santos, right? Campo Santos or Campo Santo is an Italian and Spanish term meaning holy field, used primarily to describe a cemetery or burial ground. Campo Santos, the burial ground, the Camp of the Saints, or as I like to call it, the diabolical den of demons. You know, they say there's a lot you can find out about anything just by what it's named if you pay attention to etymology. And here we have meaning of Hamadi. Hamadi is an Arabic masculine name meaning praiseworthy, commendable, or one who praises. Derived from the root HMD, which signifies gratitude and praise and is commonly used as both a given name and a surname, often associated with Islamic tradition and sometimes used to honor the Prophet Muhammad. Okay. In Swahili, Hamadi is an exclamation used to wish safety or invoke protection, often said when someone stumbles, drops something, or when expressing surprise, similar to alas or oops or goodness. It also functions as a surname or given name in Arabic origin, meaning praiseworthy or one who was praised. Exclamation. Used as an introduction to prevent damage, such as when someone nearly falls, to wish them safety, related to the idea of God forbid, or a quick prayer for safety. Hamadi. And there you pretty much have etymology. Right? And this is why I really pay attention to what people say when they say it. And, a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't take things literal. No, you really should. And I always refer people back to the Dr. EMOTO study, which I'm actually going to put that in the link in the description to the Dr. EMOTO study so that you can see exactly how powerful the frequency of words actually is. And that's why it's actually very important when choosing the name of your child, because it will dictate their character and who they actually become. This is real talk. And why these things aren't actually taught, I don't know. But these are a lot of the things that we should actually be paying attention to, whether we want to believe it or not. We're just dealing with life, just day-to-day life. These are the things that we really, really should be actually paying attention to. And because it's just little things like this is one of the many reasons why I do not believe in coincidences anymore. I no longer believe in coincidences because everything happens for a reason. And there is a grand design to everything. But yeah, before I get out of here, because we talk about the power of words and the power of frequency. Metatron. In non-canonical writings, Metatron is perhaps the greatest of all the heavenly hierarchs, the first as also the last of the 10 archangels of the Briatric world. He has been called King of Angels, Prince of the Divine Face or Presence, Chancellor of Heaven, Angel of the Covenant, Chief of the Ministering Angels, and the Lesser Yahweh. Tetragrammatron. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. And remember, realize, and transparency forces accountability. Y'all keep your eyes to the stars, keep that head on a swivel, and just remember, we're in the diabolical den of demons, aka the Viper's Pit. Just stay aware, stay on code, move accordingly, and it's time that we all, as a collective, no matter who you are or what your background is stop acting like we can't read the room or we don't see what's going on. And the thing is that they're using the power of words, aka psychobabble, to manipulate all of us. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Y'all be safe out there, and everybody have a good weekend.